This convertible bug has been sitting right here for 20 years. We're gonna try to get it going, drive it 100 miles back up to my place in Spokane.
Let's do this.
Welcome to DPV. Alex and I are here trying to get this like 70s Super Beetle convertible back on the road. But first thing we got to do is get it dug out, which might take half a day. I don't know. Hopefully not too long. But very, very excited to get this thing going. It's got a cool story. We'll get to that in a minute. Let's get this thing dug out. Well, looks like we've got some reference guides here. We need, you know, any info on how to fix this thing.
All right, got most of the business end here dug out for the most part. Get that out of the way. Ooh, can I coveralls? See what we're working with. I'm pretty sure this is complete. Yay! Uh-oh.
There's no belt.
We need a belt. I think there's a belt right there. You really want to pay attention. This is a really tricky belt configuration, so you really have to pay attention when you're putting this on, that you get it wrapped around all the pulleys correctly, and it's just really take your time to do it right.
All right, we got her all dug out, and it's not as put together as I thought it was in the interior, area, but that's all right. We'll figure it out. Anyway, this thing has been sitting here, like I said, for 20 years, and it is my wife's car. Her dad bought it for her, when she was 16, but it's kind of a crazy time. So she had just been in a car accident, so this was a car to replace that. She had recently gotten hit in the face with a baseball bat at softball practice, so that was like, not an ideal situation. And then shortly after that, she actually got diagnosed with cancer, and that kind of put a wrench in the whole plan with this car. And but it's been 20 years cancer-free, which is really, really stinking awesome. So it's about time we get this old girl back on the road so my wife and I can enjoy being topless this summer.
Looks like it's fairly complete. We are missing a belt.
We found one over here though.
Yeah, of course we did.
Sweet.
We're gonna move this fuel filter. The air-cooled community hates them inside here. Engine compartment gets fairly warm. Out of sight, out of mind, so you don't see it, so you don't remember to check it. But also, if it's up here, I've seen these get hot enough to melt, and then with the engine behind you, by the time you recognize that your engine's on fire, your car's gone. Let's see if we got... Hey! And it doesn't look horrible. No regs.
The carburetor looks like new. We should walk around this thing real quick. It's a pretty good looking car. I don't know if it was repainted or what was going on. I think the previous owner was like trying to restore it.
Dad put new pans in it because they were rusted out.
And I recovered the seats because we did work on this thing probably 15 years ago or something. And but I've never heard it run.
No one here has.
So there was some brake parts in here, so I don't know if we were planning on replacing lines. I don't know if we've got brakes. The shifter's out of it, but that was probably because of putting the carpet in. And there's no top. And it's still wintertime up north, so that'll be fun. All right, let's see if this thing turns over. Oh yeah.
Not quite that easy.
That's probably a good sign that it's not that easy.
Yeah. I didn't really pay attention. Maybe one more and I've been the full rotation. Oh yeah.
Sweet.
Should we pull the plugs? Let's pop this off of here first. Flathead screwdriver.
All right, we determined it is a 1975. It's got an electric fuel pump, so we're trying to see if that works. Borrowed the battery from the Impala, brought that down here, but we didn't have a ground strap. Luckily in this shop, we're hoping to find everything we need. Alex found a genuine Volkswagen ground strap, so we'll get that, put it in there. Disconnect the fuel line over at the engine and see if that fuel pump works. Well, I heard something buzzing.
Those wheels aren't bad, dude.
No, they're not actually. They kind of stick out a little bit. I like it. Alex is working on the fuel system and that gas smells so bad. There we go. It's got a bad crack in it though.
Alright, you want to see if this thing rolls?
Yeah. You put a little fuel down it?
Well, let's see if it's in neutral first.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, rolls.
Rolls, not rolls over, rolls. Okay, good thing we didn't try to start it. Oh, e-brake, that's good. E-brake works. Oh yeah, she's in neutral. Yeah. Alright, you want to keep the key on and we'll see what the gross looking fuel is that comes out?
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Key's on, but it's not.
Not making the noise like it did before? Did you try to start it? Lights up. Hey, it turns over.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think this thing needs to be plugged in, whatever it is?
Yeah, you know what? I have no idea what that is. Like I said, not a Super Beetle guy. That's like 100 wires. I'm more like a 3-wire guy.
All right, we're not going to pull any plugs right now. We're just going to see if it'll fire off. We're hoping that it just is going to work.
Because all of our stuff always just works, right?
Oh, yeah. Because we've got plenty of other work to do. So if we can avoid some work and just have it fire off, that'd be ideal.
We don't want to run it too long without...
No, and then we'll change it. If it fires off, we'll change the oil, change the plug.
Dribble. I don't know. Oh, you want to get that all over the place. The alternator, distributor, yeah.
Ready?
No, just a second. Calm your face. Can you actuate the accelerator cable?
No. Is it stuck?
Yeah, it's a little. We might need some. Yeah, we need some lubricant because it's stuck closed. Just. This carb looks pretty new.
Yeah.
And it is a Solex, so that's. This goes down. Is that hot? Is the key on?
Key's off. Key's on.
Oops, God. I'll get Drake on it.
Yeah, that carb's gonna probably have to come off. Ready?
Alright.
Starting.
Yep. Volkswagen for the win.
Awesome.
You can't kill these things. So whatever the wiring is, not ignition related, so...
Yeah, we'll see if we got brake lights later. 20 years this thing has been sitting in this spot.
And who knows how long before this, like... Are we going to have to do something with that card?
I don't know, let's see. Maybe some Berrymans will work.
Yeah? Did you bring some?
I did. I bought some kind and...
Some what kind? Aerosol is what normal people call that, but go ahead. If that's how gummed up the carburetor is,
Yeah.
I mean...
I heard it turn on though.
The first time?
Yeah.
So we might just need a beat on it. Find it and...
Yeah. Alright, let's pull the plugs.
Pull plugs.
Let's drop the oil. and get that belt on.
Dude, I'm surprised you that it just like fired up.
That was pretty crazy.
I am surprised that wiring doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It must be like headlights, taillights.
Yeah, which will matter.
What do you want plugs in general?
Black, but there's not a lot of soot on it. I'm keeping these. All right, on a Volkswagen, which I am not a Volkswagen guy, so I'm learning all of this from Alex. There's not really a drain plug on these blocks, and I guess there's just like a screen filter that's underneath there, so I'm gonna pull these 6 bolts to drain the oil. Yeah, and then we'll clean out that screen filter and put in some new lube. Ooh, it smells like gas.
Oh, like gas?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's very gassy.
And so you can just drain out the center of all the oil, because all your dirty, gunky oil stays inside this screen.
Okay.
And then you can just drain it from that.
So you can get one with the drain plug?
Yeah. Which is what I would do next time.
Yeah, that'd be handy.
Then you have to change these gaskets out every time.
Yeah.
But,
It's like a oil patty.
yeah. Welcome to the Krusty Krab. $1.09.
Sweet.
Found a old oil change kit on the shelf. So we'll be able to put a new gasket on it.
Right on.
Mr. Bud.
Got like a whole store over here.
Yeah.
It's just
So
not labeled.
yeah, my dad always did Volkswagen stuff when I was a kid and stuff, and I remember there was even a time a guy stopped by and was like, "Hey, you want a car? You just gotta come get it." And it was an old Bug, and we just went and got it. And then he bought out a guy that used to do like what he does, and he just got piles and piles of parts. And looking back on it, probably not the smartest thing, but we hauled an entire truckload of engines to the dump one time, or to the recycling, because he's like, "Oh, I'm never gonna do anything with these." And it was probably 18 to 22 complete engine blocks that were like, "Oh yeah, these are just old 1200s. Nobody's gonna want to do anything with these." And now they're worth some money.
I clean this up a little bit. Maybe spray it down a little bit more. And that gasket that Alex found will replace this guy. We'll have a fresh filter.
Dude, it comes with an old school MP sticker.
What?
$1.09, getting horsepower for $1.09.
Sweet. All right, got this cleaned up pretty good. 2 gaskets, one that goes in between these guys, and then one that goes between this and the block. The key is just stare at it for a while until you figure it out.
Our oil today is going to be Show Rotella T6 full synthetic. I'm a big fan of full synthetic on any air-cooled, anything really, but especially air-cooled. That's what your cooling properties are, or with your oil. And synthetic stays cooler with air-cooled, so on your motorcycles and your air-cooled Volkswagens, and I guess your Corvairs. Full synthetic is good for that. And the ZDDP, you need some zinc in your oil. And this has right at about 1200. And for these 1600s, you want between 1200 and 1600. I believe it's ppm on your zinc additive. Easy way to remember on Volkswagens, the 2 most popular Volkswagen engines was the 1200 and the 1600. And so all Volkswagen engines like between 1200 and 1600 ppm of zinc.
Sweet.
Buy expensive oil for your Volkswagen. It's a 3-quart system. It doesn't take that much. And it'll help you out better in the long run. Okay.
All right, let's see if it idles.
Yeah, let me, just a second. Okay. Chokorooski. Joke's on, okay.
You ready?
Yep.
run the throttle and see if it'll...
Yeah. Go again. Go again. I mean, that's idling.
Yeah.
That engine oil is just going to burn off right here. It's going to be
Yeah.
awesome. That's special effects. You don't usually get that high level budget in our videos, but. Alright, so it's on the fuel pump. Good news. And then there's this here wire, but this does not look like a factory wire because there's 2 wires in there. So I'm going to see if this gets hot. Got a fluke. Put it on the DC voltage line. And then we got this wire here. Get my big fat arm up in here. Alright, let's see. Alright, hit the button. I wonder if our ground is good. Is that going to be long enough?
Negative side?
Yeah. Okay, our ground's good. So we're not getting power to the fuel pump. And there's this extra... There's this wire. And so, and it comes back here, and one of them gets hot on the key. So we think it might be important.
Alright, this is where we're at. Read that the fuel pump is powered off the coil. Not sure that this is the wire that's supposed to power the fuel pump, but it was going nowhere. It was just cut and hanging underneath the car, and it was plugged into the coil here, and this side of the coil is hot and the key's on. So we're going to run a new wire from there to the fuel pump and see if we can get that thing to kick on.
The ideal way to run your fuel pump wire just on the outside of the rig.
You got power up there?
Yeah, this. I know why.
Nasty gas.
Mm-hmm. But we discovered that this is locked because we're going to see how much fuel we had in there. We don't have this key. So. Why is there 1,000 feet of threads on that thing? Holy cow. Oh.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, dude, that is horrible. Oh, that's about the worst. Ugh, wow. We might want to pull the tank and drain it. You don't want that going through that pump we're going to go by.
Yeah.
Do you hear it coming out or do you feel it coming out the top of that? I wonder if it's plugged. Because it feels like it's all just shooting back my way.
Okay.
Okay. Should we just pull the tank?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like that big a deal. Keep it towards you though. Oh. You're dripping. Alright. So we tried to,
Oh yeah.
that's completely plugged.
We drained the gas out of this thing and it's like brown.
It's black. Yeah, it's bad. We might need to get a new we might just get another some more fuel lines so we can be.
Oh, for sure.
Okay. Is it this part plugged? Nope. Oh yeah. If need be, we can maybe even use that one.
Yeah. That is crazy.
That should just be open, right?
I would think so.
That one's like worse.
Oh my gosh. Where's some of that Behrman's?
That side's completely plugged. Let me get the air compressor now that I can get like a good shot on it. Ugh. Well, we can just use that one.
Yeah.
Oh. We might do that one more time.
Yeah.
Hey Dad, when you're watching this later, don't use this gas can. Remember that. Bright orange can, no good. Oh. Alright, well, that other tank was way too rusty, so Dad had this boat tank laying around, so we're going to borrow that. Thanks, Dad. I don't know if we mentioned this. Dad has no idea that we're here doing this, so this is going to be surprises to him, too. So, yeah, you'll get this back, probably. Josh will buy another tank. Oh, look at that. Well, that fits right there.
We found this electric pump laying around, so we're going to try that out. Original fuel tank's not going to work out, so, but before we go through all the trouble of securing this and everything, we want to make sure that this pump isn't going to overpower the needle and seat. So I put some spade connectors on, but the spade connectors in this fitting got too close, so I took a piece of cardboard, jammed into between them as a little electrical isolator. But yeah, and it should be powered just when the key's on, I believe, so that'll be perfect. That's a good ground, yeah. I'll just hold it.
Oh yeah. Oh, stop. Oh, it's me. I can stop it. Okay, it shoot out the vent.
It did?
There you go again.
Idling. All right, just had some dinner. Yummy pizza. Alex is gonna pull his carb off. So the pump we've got here is a 2.5 to 4 PSI pump. So it shouldn't be overpowering the needle and seat, but it is. So we're thinking that maybe some of the passages are gummed up or something. So he's gonna take that off and clean it up. I'm gonna move on to the shifter. We went over to Alex's place and
Another rig.
yeah, had this guy. So that's for the shift pattern, and it holds that spring up. So let me get that in there so we can shift it, and then I'm gonna rob some parts off another Volkswagen so I can get the seats put in here, and hopefully by the time I get all that done, he'll be done with that carb finally.
Oh!
Shifter, check. How are we doing on that carb?
I think if I loosen this can, no, it can't roll down because of the alternator. I'm about ready to pull the whole intake.
Really?
Dude, there's a nut right here. Do you see that?
Now your finger's in the way. Alright, so here's the mechanism I needed for the seats. So, that little pin there just holds the front of the seat down, and the rear of the seat just slides in these tracks. So, I'm going to grab the one for that side, and we'll be able to get seats in here, which will be sweet. How's that carb coming?
Currently pulling the coil, so I have a spot to put my wrench.
That's a good idea.
This bro's down there, I'm gonna go pour this out. Got 120 jets in it. Don't know what that means in the long run, but that's what it's got.
Alright, Alex got the carb all rebuilt. I almost got the seats in, but dealt with a little issue up here I'll tell you about in just a minute. We want to see if this thing will idle, not puke gas out the top of the carburetor, now that carb's rebuilt. Can you start it?
Yeah. And I don't got any fuel pushing out the top.
Needs a little more idle, huh?
Yeah. Okay, I'll choke a little more. Try 837.2. Here we go. There you go.
Alright, day 2 of our one-day project. Mistakes were made on the carburetor rebuild. So Alex is going to go ahead and...
rebuild, we had no parts. It wasn't a rebuild, it was a clean. It was a no parts rebuild.
a no parts rebuild.
The best kind of rebuild.
So Alex is going to go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to set up a more permanent fuel tank system.
You don't want, I think like 3 bungee cords and this rear bumper probably be fine.
Probably because I'll never have to open that hatch on the trip.
Not once.
So, gonna get that thing mounted up here and get our fuel filter in, fuel lines ran. So get that set up and hopefully we'll be able to test if this thing's got a clutch.
This case was originally a factory fuel injected case, and how you can tell that is there is no provision for a fuel pump. On a Volkswagen, this is where the fuel pump sits. Show you what that looks like. Volkswagen fuel pump. This is from an originally carbureted engine. This is a 1200. And so this is where the fuel pump sits. And so, as you can see in this case, that there is no spot for that. So, also when you switch over from a fuel injected to a carbureted, you need to run on a different throttle cable. We are not doing that right now, but as you can see, this rod here at the end is what you're supposed to tighten your clamp onto. But I don't know if you can see that, but it is too long. And so I'm just gonna tighten it down on the cable portion, not on this end piece. Josh will replace it with a carbureted throttle cable later down the road. And it's good to replace these every so often. They run the full length of the car, and when they're broken, they are really hard to change out. A lot easier to pull them in with a working one. Got the accelerator pump. What I did was I'd put the spring on the wrong side of the diaphragm. So we got that going now. I pulled and cleaned the pilot jets for the idler circuit. They're on the passenger side of the carb. You see them there and there. And now I'm just gonna hook up the rest of the accessories, put our coil back in, and when Josh is done screwing around with that fuel tank up there, we will fire it up.
All right, wiring is done.
Definitely up to NFP 70E standards, for sure.
For sure.
As many butt slices as possible, that's definitely up to code.
Get a little bit better in here. Zip tied it at least to get it up out of the way. The fuel lines ran in the back and the front. So let's see if it runs.
Yeah, the fuel pump going the right way, right? 'Cause it kind of feels like it's sucking. If I blow through this, remember when I said I was guaranteed it was the right line?
All right, so the line that Alex guaranteed me was the correct line, was the return line, which is plugged.
I was guaranteed that the car was rebuilt last night, so, you know, my guarantees aren't worth much.
Gotta read the fine print.
Oh, I got gas now, good. And it looks good. I need that flat blade screwdriver. I'm gonna set this back to where...
Oh, like the recommended settings?
Yeah. Half out. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. This, you want this to be down here, and you take this, and you run this just till it touches, and then go 1/4 of a turn. Wait, is it touching? Yeah, now it's touching. 1/4 of a turn, okay. The choke should be hardly on. I had the choke forced off. And when you bring those idler jets,
The idle circuit's clean. Purrs like a freaking kitten. Yeah!
for the idle to come off, it must have to be high enough fuel level.
Yeah. Sounded like we're running out of gas, so Alex pulled the top off and
just sucked on it real good.
sucked on it and a chunk of rubber came out. It must have split a hose or something. Anyway, got it all cleared up now. The bowl was empty, so that should be our issue.
Hopefully.
Get this back together.
I wonder how long that's been our issue. Because it idled like immediately after getting the idle circuits clean. It idled really good for like a while, and then like it just started like it was starving for fuel.
Yeah. It's not ideal, but we may need to put a filter
Right here. Yeah.
For now until we get the new fuel system. missing hard line. We are attempting to bleed the brakes. So Alex is messing around with that. We found a hard line. It's probably not the right one. It looks kind of like this, but we're making it work. And while he's messing with that, I am trying to clean out these threads for the convertible top frame. That way, I've got some rain protection. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. That'll be fun.
Currently rebuilding the brakes by adding.
I need some light.
Oh, I need some light. I mean, over full is better than under full, right?
Yeah.
What's this here fuel filter here? I'm just gonna hide it underneath this table.
When you move that table later.
Yeah. Dad, we'll take care of that. No, we won't. Oh, they work.
How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah? 1, 2, holding.
Oh.
Wait! There it is.
Yeah. Do it
Ready?
again.
1, 2, holding.
Yeah, we're gonna go again though because fluid looks like
2,
hot garbage.
holding.
Okay, go again.
1, 2, holding.
We got that was a little better. One more, I think we're probably good.
1, 2, holding.
Oh yeah, that was good. Fluid looks a lot better. You want to throw a hair more in this, I think?
Yeah. 1, 2, holding.
Okay, go again.
1, 2, holding.
Okay.
1, 2, holding.
All right, we're good. Go one more.
1, 2, holding.
Yep, one more. There's a little air bubble there.
2, holding.
All right, we're good.
We're starting to get pedal.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. Let's get the drive first.
All right. We gotta move like 1, 2, 4 things, and then we're good to go. Going for a first drive. Oh, you got?
Brake lights?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Not putting a big old scratch in it. You're good. You got brakes? We never check like lug nuts or anything.
Oh yeah. I probably better do that.
Yeah. Click. Click. Yeah, she's short. It's so quiet when it runs.
Yeah. Is this an EV?
So we shut our hood to make our initial go, and the carburetor did its thing again, and so we were like, oh, we're gonna throw that fuel filter in. Can you just like spin it and break it? Okay, spin it and see now, maybe see if it might have. No. So we don't know why it's not opening. So we are now maybe going to break this. All right, we couldn't find a drill. So we're gonna skinny wheel it.
Maybe it is plastic.
We're drilling. I know when we started out we said never do that, but desperate times, desperate measures. We'll keep an eye on it, and Josh plans on replacing the full fuel system later, so only has to make it 100 miles. I feel like maybe we could wash the windows.
Yeah.
But maiden voyage. Is your dad home today?
No, he's with the whiskey.
Is it Roadster Show?
Yeah. I need safety glasses for the first 50 miles.
Yeah.
Speedo works.
Nice. How's it? I mean, is it drive pretty good?
Feels good. The tires are bad. They got flat spots.
Think they might come around, or?
They might come around.
Or are you hitting a tire shop in the morning?
I'm gonna try to hold out on a tire shop.
All right. All right, made it to the gas station. I mean, that's something. You're gonna run non-ethanol in this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Like 300 miles ago, yeah, for like 400 bucks, that was a carb, a rotor, distributor cap, fuel filter, set of wires, spark plugs, points, and some fuel line, and to pass service, $400. It's crazy. All right, got the latch thing figured out, so now we can get into the trunk, which is great. Just drove down, got some fuel. Drove for, I don't know, about 2 or 3 miles, just on the road and back. So we're having a little stumble issue, but I think it's our fitting at the fuel tank is letting a little air pass because it's not sealing quite right. So got to find something for that. We may need to go over town, grab a fitting. But other than that, like, first the tires felt really bad, and they're not great, but just that little drive, they started kind of going back into a round shape. Yeah, I think what's left is just fix that little stumble. We are pretty sure it's the fuel line kind of having an air leak, and we're gonna get the top frame on so we can tarp it, and so I can have a little rain protection for tomorrow. And then 120 miles home. See if I make it. All right, so I guess it is like pouring rain at home, and starting to get cloudy here. Hey guys. Starting to get cloudy here, so gonna make myself a little top here. $5.99, no, $4.99. $4.99 Harbor Freight. And I went with camo, so I kind of blend in on the way. Don't want to, you know, be seen too well, so I think the camo will help with that. I don't even know why we need to buy a top. Dude, just stock up on the black. I think you're gonna want black though.
Black would look better.
A little better.
Yeah.
And then you just throw an extra one in and a pack of zip ties so in case one rips.
All right, got the top all secure. It looks pretty rad. It's like a fastback. Yeah. So anyway, got all the automotive stuff loaded. Now I just got to get this guy and my bags and stuff. Be leaving here in a couple hours. I'm gonna clean up the shop a little bit. Hopefully to make it to 120 miles, no problem. Headed out of town. That carb is so loud. This is gonna be a long couple hours. But the tires are terrible. The steering wheel shakes like crazy. So anyway, hopefully we can make it up the grade all right. If we make it up the grade, I think we're making it home. Well, made it up the hill, no issues. The tarp is very loud. It is scary sounding in here, but I do think it's probably helping keep me somewhat warm. There's no like heater in this thing currently, and we're back where it's winter. There is some snow on the ground. Hopefully some of the roads closer to home are okay, but dang, it is loud. All right, just filled up, getting like 25, 27 miles a gallon, which is pretty awesome. Check the oil, not using any oil. Everything looks good back there. Tires are holding up so far. Tires are terrible. I know I've mentioned that a few times, but holy cow, it is shaky. Got about an hour left to go, so let's get after it. All right, made it home. This thing sat dormant in that shop for 20 years. Alex and I, in a day and a half, got it running, driving, and then I made it 120 miles back up north, my home in Cheney. And dang, it just feels so good to get this old girl running again. I'm excited to finish up the interior, get the fuel system worked out, and have my wife just enjoy this fun little car. Thank you so much for watching. Wheel it, wreck it, wrench it, repeat. We'll see you next time.